So wait a second. Let me get this straight. Are you saying that a black Jesus replaced you, the white Jesus?
Yeah, so I was just sitting there, doing my whole thing. Hey there, folks, hope you're doing well today. And out of nowhere, Black Jesus shows up and he's coming in hot.
Okay, that's it. I've had enough. White Jesus, you're done. You can go home. I'm replacing you now. I'm Black Jesus.
Wait, what? What? Huh?
You and I both know Jesus wasn't white.
Well, he wasn't black either.
Either way, that hasn't stopped you for the last 2,000 years pushing this idea that he was. So for the next 2,000 years, we're going to push this idea that Jesus was black. So you can get your shit and you can go.
Yeah, wow.
Hey there, folks. While today's segment might have started with some jokes, we want to talk about a serious topic. We want to talk about the overdose deaths that are happening in America and the role that cocaine and fentanyl are playing in them. Since the recent invasion of Venezuela and the capture of Maduro, there's been a lot of talk and justification that those actions were done to keep America safer, to prevent the deaths of Americans. But in reality, when you really understand the problem, you could see that isn't actually the case. Now, we don't have the numbers for 2025 or 2024, but we can at least look at the numbers of 2023. Now, for 2023, they estimated that the number of fentanyl deaths ranged anywhere from 72,000 to 80,000 deaths, while the number of deaths from cocaine ranged anywhere from 29,000 to 30,000. But out of those 30,000 deaths that involve cocaine, about 80% of them also involve fentanyl. So when we look at just the deaths that are associated with cocaine, not fentanyl or other opioids, we're probably looking at around 6,000 deaths per year associated with cocaine versus the 80,000 deaths associated with fentanyl. So why is all this nuance and detail important? Well, it's important because guess what? In Venezuela, they don't make any fentanyl. They make cocaine. Instead, all illicit fentanyl in the U.S. market is produced or trafficked via Mexico, and usually originates from precursor chemicals and networks tied to Mexico and China. And so what does all this mean? Well, it means that the actions we took in Venezuela might reduce the amount of cocaine that America sees. But will that have a large impact on the overdose deaths we're seeing in America? Based on these numbers, probably not. But this is where it's also important to remember that the Trump administration has really gutted the CDC. And with less resources, it could be harder to get accurate numbers. Or even worse, the administration might not even want the accurate numbers out there to be able to try to justify the actions they took. Regardless, this is why it's important for us, the citizens, to be informed and educated about these things, and for local and state governments to play their role in continuing to track this kind of data and using that data to point out discrepancies that we're seeing in the federal data. So, in the end, yes, cocaine is bad, and yes, it's harming Americans. But will us dramatically decreasing the supply to Americans dramatically improve these overdose deaths? Time will tell.